Pleased to welcome you here on my daily show. This is a cocktail tutorial show where we talk about cocktails, positive news, a little bit of history and technique. And I'm super thrilled about today's cocktail. Oh, and it maybe that's why I'm wearing this hat. Who knows? I'll tell you about the cocktail we're doing today in just a second. But first of all, we're going to discuss some positive news that's happening today. I love this website, Good News Network, and they talk about positive news stories that happened this day in history. So here we go. Hey, everyone. Okay, good. So this day in history, Pink Floyd's album, The Dark Side of the Moon, went gold on the US charts. Amazing. That was in 1973. Who's a Pink Floyd fan out there? Yes? Love it. Hey, everyone joining on Facebook. Hey, everyone joining on YouTube Live. Also this day in history, Jamie Moyer became the oldest Major League Baseball player ever to pitch a winning game, throwing 7 strong innings at age 49 to help who? Anyone remember? This was 2012. Colorado Rockies win. That's right. Amazing stuff. Okay, so that is our positive news. If anyone has any positive news stories that you'd like to share with me, please go ahead and send it along, and I may even mention it on air. Again, we're doing this program Monday to Friday every day, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I take the weekend off. Hopefully that's okay with you. Is that okay? Okay, good. Now we're going to get to the cocktail portion. So memory has such a huge impact on our minds, obviously, and our palates, food-wise and drink-wise, right? So for me, I will always remember going to France every summer. I am half French, and my family is over there. And when I was a kid, we would have a really nice dinner almost every night. We'd sit down at the dinner table, and my grandfather would always be the first one seated at the table. He was ready to go, and he would be there about an hour before everyone else, and he'd sit there with his bowl of olives and his glass of Pernod. And then once we got to the table, all I could smell was this Pernod. And for anyone who may not be familiar, this is Pernod. It is a French herbal, very aromatic liqueur, and a very sort of an anise flavor, right? Kind of that licorice scent. And it would just be wafting through the air, and it would overtake my nose. And that's just a great memory. And to me now, during this time in my personal life, the SAZERAC cocktail, ever since starting in the hospitality industry and ever since working behind the bar, became very special to me. That drink has absinthe in it. Who's a SAZERAC fan out there? Anyone? If you've ever been down in New Orleans, I'm sure you've had a SAZERAC cocktail. Whether you've had a properly made SAZERAC or a good SAZERAC is a completely different story. But, you know, Pernod started off as absinthe, and then once absinthe kind of became outlawed and illegal, they just took out the wormwood and started calling it just Pernod. This is what my grandfather was drinking, Pernod, not the Pernod absinthe, the Pernod sort of aperitif. Now, in 2008, in the US, absinthe became legalized again, and we could finally make SAZERAC cocktails the way they were supposed to be made. SAZERAC has such an incredible history. Some say it was created in the 1830s, some say in the 1850s. What we do know is that it really was America's first branded cocktail. There's a story that Antoine Peychaud, a very famous apothecary from Haiti, immigrated to New Orleans in the early 1800s, and he started putting ingredients together, and he created the basic recipe for the SAZERAC, which was cognac, sugar, water, his bitters, Peychaud's bitters, and absinthe. Now, it was the SAZERAC Coffee House in the 1850s that really popularized the recipe and made it what it is today. And then in the 1870s, we took the cognac out and started adding rye whiskey back, or started adding rye whiskey into the cocktail. So if you have a real proper classic SAZERAC, it is cognac based, but if you have a modern SAZERAC, it is rye whiskey based. I'm going to make a rye whiskey based SAZERAC. Enough history here. Let's get to the cocktails, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I have this beautiful classic New Orleans hat from Meyer the Hatter, of course, right in downtown NOLA, New Orleans. Okay, so first of all, I have my beautiful glass here, and what I'm going to do is fill this glass with ice first. So what I'm going to do is chill my glass with I'm going to use absinthe, not the Pernod, but I'm going to use some absinthe here, ladies and gentlemen. I take just a teaspoon of absinthe, and I'm going to pour it right into the glass, and what that's going to do is just chill the glass with the absinthe while I build my cocktail. Okay, so now I have my mixing glass. We'll put this glass with the absinthe aside. I have my mixing glass. I take my rye whiskey. I'm using this overproof rye whiskey. I love how it behaves with absinthe and with the other ingredients that go into it. Okay. It's funny because I forgot my jigger. It's over there by my washing station. And of course, there's another jigger here. I mean, I've got these jiggers all over. We're using rye whiskey, and I'm adding 2 ounces of my rye whiskey to my mixing glass here, measuring it out so that we're nice and precise with our cocktails. Hey, who's had a SAZERAC before out there? Anyone? You guys had a SAZERAC? Yeah? Okay, good. Now, I can't really see your comments. I can't see who's joining, which is odd, but I know that you're there, and I appreciate you. Now I'm going to add some simple syrup. So we'll take 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, which is, of course, just sugar and water, ladies and gentlemen, right? And the Peychaud's bitters. This is an integral ingredient in all SAZERACs, and I'm doing a nice, healthy dropper full of Peychaud's bitters. Peychaud's bitters are a little bit different than your Angostura bitters or your orange bitters. The color, first of all, is this kind of pinky reddish hue, and it has flavor. It has aromatics that are different than Angostura bitters. It has, some absinthe qualities to it, actually. So I'm going to add just a little bit more ice, and I'll stir my cocktail. And we stir for 16 Mississippis, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We shake for 8 Mississippis. You're learning. I love it. I love it. And as we stir, we can think about a song that may be in our heads, or we could sing a song, or we could think about what we're going to do next. I know what I'm going to do next. I'm actually going to be on a Instagram Live at 5:30 p.m. in just about 20 minutes with none other than Mia Mastroianni from Bar Rescue. She's amazing. She's one of my good friends. She's out in LA, and we're going to shoot the breeze and make a cocktail. Okay, that should be good. Oh, delish. I will take this glass that has my absinthe in it. So this glass is nicely chilled and is now rinsed with absinthe, and just dump it out. And you see the absinthe on the rim, just like that. And I take the contents of my mixing glass and pour it directly into this lovely cocktail glass. And as a garnish, the traditional garnish is a lemon peel, but this is a little bit different, okay? So I'm taking that lemon peel, and I'm going to express it over the top, just as we usually do, rub it around the rim, and then discard it, okay? This, my friends, is a classic SAZERAC cocktail. Should I try it? Yeah, I think I will. That fresh lemon zest right on the top. I love it. I love the way that the absinthe works with the rye whiskey. That overproof rye whiskey is absolutely delectable, very nicely balanced in the cocktail. The simple syrup takes the edge off a little bit of the absinthe and the bitters and the rye whiskey, and everything just works really well together. This is a drink that you can definitely sip on. So if you go to New Orleans, next time you're there, get a really great SAZERAC cocktail, order one, and they're absolutely lovely. Cheers, everyone. Hop on over to my Instagram at 5:30. We've got the Instagram Live show coming up. It's Friday, all right? Cheers, everyone. See you Monday. Friday, later, 5:30, and then Monday. There you go. Bye, everyone.